This program proudly brought to you by Retrovision and Credit Union Australia.
It's correct. Point four.
Don't fence me in.
Let me ride.
I'm sorry, everybody. I've got to tune this. I've got to tune this channel properly. We'll be back in a second.
Was haben wir denn hier? Keine Handtasche? Hast du was in deinen Jackentaschen? Sieh doch mal nach.
Good evening and welcome to 10's Monday Night Movies. Winona Ryder and Ethan Hawke star in the network premiere of Reality Bites. Reality Bites is classified M and is recommended for viewing by mature audiences. It contains drug references.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the best and worst ads of all time. I will be your host for this evening. I am Totes Vidya, aka Harrison Angstrom. Welcome, everybody. This is fantastic to have you all here this evening, but more importantly, I want to welcome our amazing, fantastic, and brilliant guest, David M. Green. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. Do I look here?
No, you can look wherever. I mean, we could kiss on Twitch right now, and it would be scandalous because we're going to show some of the best and I would say worst ads of the 90s and 2000s. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how far back the ads that you've chosen have gone.
Yeah, well, so you asked me to find a list of my favorite and least favorite ads.
Yeah.
I started with the favorites, and I made maybe, I don't know, 10 or something like that. And then I picked one ad that I hated, and then I thought, all right, well, that's enough. I'll get back to this. And actually, that's all I've done. So there's only one that I really hate. All the other ones I kind of like. But I think the oldest ones maybe like early 90s.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
You know, maybe the latest ones probably 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
And I think all of them were from Adelaide, or at least I saw them in Adelaide.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Adelaide.
Is I tried to choose very few local or regional ads because I think that there is a certain charm to them, even if you don't like them. So there are a few that I have put in the hate list for this week's showing of the best and the worst. But for people who don't know, I mean, you should introduce yourself. You're obviously I'm a big fan of your work, but I feel like I can only describe some of what you do. I'm very, very happy for you to speak on your own.
Sure. All right. Well, hi. My name is David, and my last name is Green, and I usually have the middle initial M in there as well. Yeah, I guess I'm a comedy writer / performer, and I have a little show on YouTube called VHS Revue, and it's where I go through old videotapes, which I don't know if you can see this box here.
Oh, holy shit!
Where most of them are kept.
That's like a proper Kmart box.
Yeah. There's 3 of them too.
Oh my god!
Angle this up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it's stuff that I've taped off TV in the late 90s and early 2000s, and then other tapes that I've sourced from dead relatives and people who've donated them, and I found some in hard rubbish. So stuff that people have taped off TV.
Yes.
I go through the tape. If there's anything funny on it, or funny in that it's not supposed to be funny, but it is. I'll cut the. There's got to be more than one thing. If there's a few things there, I'll cut them out and make like sort of a best of thing, and then do some little intro / gags in between, and then that's an episode there.
Yeah, I mean, if people do want to watch the show,
most of it's ads.
Yeah, most of it is ads, but I do think that you do have. I mean, you not just a comedian and writer, but you're also a fan of television. I think, especially Australian television. If people do want to watch VHS Revue, there is the link in the chat there. So I highly suggest if you want to watch it, that is the playlist of all. Oh, I want to say 20 episodes. What are you up to now? I want to say 20.
It's 26.
26 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously we will not be watching those tonight because it would take too long. Most of the episodes are between 5 to 10 minutes. And we do have a hard out at 9 o'clock just because people have got shit to do. So I think without further ado, David, I want to give you the floor to just basically go through all of these ads. Tell me what you love about them. And I shall comment on them as well. You have control of the board, as they would say in Cell of the Century.
Right. Okay. Is it in the order that I gave you?
Yes, it is. It is in the order you gave it to me. Yeah, except for when it comes to mine, it's all in the order you gave it to me. Yeah.
Okay. So it's all mine first.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. All right. Well, I started with all the ads that I love. So the first one that comes to mind, when you think of what's your favorite ad of all time, it's probably this one. It's for Farmers Union iced coffee from about 1997, and it's a popular drink in Adelaide. Let's have a look. Do I press play? Or do
you press play. You go for it.
It's me. Okay,
you're in control. Yeah.
Have a look at this.
What's it take to get you lot moving this morning?
Well, truckload of Farmers Union would be a good start.
The way I get in a truckload of Farmers Union is that you blokes take up ballet.
Oh yeah, we've got double audio for some reason. I'm not quite sure why.
What's the smallest truck you've got?
That's a really well done. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, it was played a lot in the late 90s. It's great. I hadn't even had a Farmers Union iced coffee at that point. I mean that guy who was like the foreman or whatever, he's just great. The performance is great.
It's I think it's also extremely creative. I swear, like it's holy shit. How have I never seen? I drink Farmers Union. I don't know, maybe once or twice. I don't know. I genuinely can't remember the last time I had a Farmers Union iced coffee. They're good. Like I don't think I have a preference though. I mean, there's what is that? There's Oak. There's Big M. Are they the same? They're not the same, are they? Oak and Big M are not the same.
Dare.
There's Dare. Are we? Yeah.
Major player in the iced coffee, in the icy coffee trade.
They're I
remember.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, at the Royal Adelaide show, I think 97, maybe 98. They actually had those. I don't know if they were the guys, but they had 4 bobcats that were like doing ballet, not aerobatics, like aerobatics, but on the ground.
Yes.
And they were doing their ballet and stuff to the music, and it was like part of like
that's good
evening show. So they'd do something like that. Some animals would come out and then have some fireworks. This is what people did in Adelaide in the late 90s, and I remember one of those bobcats fell over, and one of the other ones came up and like used the bucket to like lift it back up again. So
wait, was it intentional or was it just like that's like?
I think it was an accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what a hell of a show! Yeah. It sounds like a bad Tim Winton novel.
Yeah. Tomorrow when I don't know. I got nothing. That's why I don't do these live.
I was going to say.
If this was an episode of VHS Revue, I would have written something.
No, that is totally fine. For some reason, we do have double audio. I don't know if that's on my end or your end, but we might need to fix that. I think that it's possibly something on my end.
All right. Well, sounds fine to me.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Yeah, I heard it as it was coming through, but again, this could be something I can fix on my end. But yeah, do we want to go with video number 2? Are you happy with that as your first pick?
Yes. Just one more thing. I just wanted to say that these days if blokes acted like that on a building site, I think they'd just be fired.
Yeah.
I think that's the age we live in.
But what coordination? Actual that was a well produced ad. Like it sucks that that's where the money is going in terms of creativity in Australia. But fuck me, that's.
Hey, if that's what the arts were, they would definitely get funding, from the federal government. No question.
It's technically
That's what we
ballet.
need to do. I think that's what we need to do to get funded. Bring that. Yeah.
Bobcat
Tradies.
presents the best of the tradies aerobatics and
Yes.
gymnastics. Oh Jesus! Wow,
I suppose it'd be terabatics, wouldn't it? Terra meaning Earth.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, you could do a whole show at a coal mine. It could be a coal mining operation plus. That's how they're gonna figure out arts funding in Australia.
Are people taking note of this? This is free advice.
Scott Morrison,
Free
thanks for
advice.
joining us in the chat. Appreciate that. At Scott Morrison. But yeah, that's a hell of an ad to start with. It's classy, beautiful. What have you got next for us?
Yes, no, that's one of my personal favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Another set of ads that were almost always good back in the day were Yellow Pages ads.
Yes.
Always very creative, very funny, and I mean everyone knows this one.
I mean, let your fingers do the walking, David.
From about 2000, yes, my fingers are walking right onto the play button now.
Where's our ad in the Yellow Pages directory? Keep calm. Count to 10. 1,
Oh,
2,
sorry.
3, 8, 9, 10.
It's so good.
It's a classic.
It's so brilliant. I'm gonna crank it up on this end. I don't know why, but I feel like we can hear the audio on your end for some reason. I'm not quite sure why.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's I don't think that's I don't know how we're gonna fix that. But that
Cover the microphone.
Is that the I don't know if it's proximity to but yeah, there seems to be like just a small delay that we're just picking up there. I'm not quite sure what is causing that though.
Well, the only speakers are in my headphones here, so
yeah. I mean, I'll try and figure out if there's something on my end as I go there. But I have a horrible confession to make because I'm not sure if you went through my hated list. I don't like that ad.
You don't like that ad?
I fucking hate that ad because just people quoted it all the time, and that's the only reason. I think it's such a great ad for so many different reasons.
It's entered the common vernacular, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. It's good, but it's good for the bad reasons.
I liked that ad so much back in the day. In 2000, I tried to tape it specifically off TV because I was watching, TV in the afternoon, and I worked out roughly that it was on at the same time every day. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tape this ad. And I think the day I tried it was when they stopped airing it. So like, I never got a clean recording of it. But
that's a shame.
This is another Yellow Pages ad from maybe 5 or 6 years earlier.
Yeah.
My dad and I used to quote this one quite a bit as well. Shall we have a look?
Oh yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
To cast your mind back.
Wait, do we have? Yeah. Okay.
See if you can find something to chuck up the back wheels, will you? I'm gonna need some help with this. Get the Yellow Pages at the back, will you? You want to be stuck here all day?
Oh no.
Central Garage. Yeah, I need someone to look at me ute. When can you drop it in? When can we drop it in?
So good. Like like classic slapstick as well. Like you don't see ads like that anymore where like a whole bunch of shit gets destroyed. Like that's oh man.
There's three really good lines in that. There's the chuck up the back wheel, would you?
Yeah.
You want to be stuck out here all day? Oh, my dad and I used to say that one to each other all the time. And then, when can you bring it in? Pretty soon. Just as it smashed through the wall. It's such a shame.
Yeah.
That, we don't get Yellow Pages ads anymore. I mean, I guess it's been replaced with Google, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, because I used to work for one of the first jobs I ever had in Melbourne was working for Census, and I'm working side by side with the people who had to, get those ads in the Yellow Pages. Their job, heartbreaking every fucking day. Because they would just every single time that they would bring up the Yellow Pages, pretty much the same joke where it's just like, oh yeah, I mean, I'd love to be in the old doorstop, but I'm not bloody sure if it's worth paying for. Like it's, and they're all digital now as well. I mean, it's not for any sort of good reason. But that's just what they do. I mean, I don't know if they still do it because I quit that job a long time ago.
One time with my badminton club, this is 2003, I think. We did some volunteering work and actually delivered Yellow Pages to like the surrounding suburbs.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. We were like riding on the back of a trailer, and then every few houses we'd stop and we'd grab a Yellow Pages and throw it over a fence, and it was great fun. Great fun.
The thing about Yellow Pages in general is that, again, even though there's iconography for it, it's not technically, because Yellow Pages exists the world over. No, because it's an international brand, and I always wondered how we secured I would say the best ads for it. You never see like the international version of those ads because they just don't exist. Like they're just like it's literally just this is the best one.
I'm sure they do exist. I've just never bothered to look. But I'm sure if you Google right now, you'd find some within seconds. Which is kind of ironic because Google's such a better product than Yellow Pages.
That's true. And I will say that in terms of their digital marketing setup, I don't know if I have I'm sure the statute of limitations has passed on me allowed to talk about this, but let's just say that they
good on your old employer.
They started their digital marketing team about 15 years after Google started, and I gotta say, too little too late in the general direction of that. But I do appreciate you. I had seen that one before, but fucking hell, so good. Definitely hadn't seen it since my childhood.
Yeah, and there's a ton of them. There's probably 10 others that are just as fun.
Somebody was pointing out in the chat the Go-Go GGO classic as well.
Oh yeah, that was Yellow Pages as well. So it's interesting. I can't actually see the chat there; it's too small.
Oh,
but
yes,
the Go-Go Mobile guy, that was an ad for Yellow Pages, right? And then they brought that guy out of retirement a few years later to be in Shannon's Insurance commercials, which is for classic cars. So he was insuring his Go-Go Mobile with Shannon's.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah.
And there was another ad that the people in that Yellow Pages ad, with the Not Happy Jan version.
Yeah.
They recently did a new ad that was basically the exact same thing. It's like the same actress. She's in her office.
Yeah.
Looking through a Yellow Pages.
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
And then the other actress is the same. The one who plays Jan, she's the same.
Oh my God.
And I can't remember what it was for, but it was an ad for something else. If you just Google it, it comes up.
Oh, it'll come up. It'll definitely come up.
A couple of years ago, and I think maybe in both instances, the production company got in trouble, or they almost got in trouble because you're using our imagery, or you're using our idea,
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I was going to say, is that in terms of actually what they're allowed to do or allowed to say for that matter, it feels like I don't know, that I imagine that there's clauses for it, but the clauses aren't distinct enough to be hey, by the way, you can't do, because if you have the Yellow Pages, then you have a classic car salesman. They're not really in competition. Like, and so therefore the competition clause wouldn't be
and
be an issue.
After a few years.
Oh yeah, who cares?
Well, I guess take it as a form of flattery. Yellow Pages ads are good because other ads are ripping them off.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the same actors.
You can't be mad about the fact that like your ad is so fucking iconic that there are parodies or at least sequels to them. Somebody has pointed out in the chat, if you do want to actually look what the chat is happening and saying live, I've just dropped you a link there, so you can check out that if necessary if you want to reply to some people in there.
You sent that to me, did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've just put that in the chat, and they can see the chat. There we go. Okay, cool. Where
is the link to that?
Oh, there should be. So when you open up the Google Meet, there should be a little chat with everyone. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why we're getting double audio. That is still a bit odd.
Is it on me or just on when we play the ads?
I think it's on you, but I think it's just like something that's coming through because I'm showing you the content at the exact same time, but it's not that big a deal because the audio is quite quiet. Also, Nick and Hannah are saying hey. That's specifically to you.
Oh yes, I know that. That would be my sister.
Oh, that's
Hannah.
Lovely. Oh, it's Hannah Green. Oh, well, that makes sense. That's no. But yeah, we should continue on because obviously we only have so much time and so many ads to go through. What is the next one on your list? This next one is let's just say I was very happy to see it when I was putting the playlist together.
Yes. What's the next one? I've done Yellow Page. Oh yes. Well, let's just watch it. I think.
It's good. It's so good.
There's a bomb on this bus.
Yum.
You've got to keep this thing above 50 or it's gonna blow! Barry! Just listen to me, Barry!
I'll get Becky, Barry. Hey, we've got to steer this thing too.
Oh, my lunch!
Chocolate chips. May I?
Out of the way! Get out of the way!
Hey, Guff, got 2 bob?
Hey, buddy, is that vanilla? You want to buy a bit? Hey, wasn't a bomb meant to explode?
Wow, what a blast! Just like new Go-Go Gorilla Mix. Seriously, rough stuff.
So good.
Oh, it's great.
I
mean, that's better than feature films that were out there at the time.
It's better than most Australian films now. Like, obviously, people who, I don't know, are a little bit younger than us, there's a parody of the film Speed, but there's, like, the premise is just Speed. Everything else is in the Yogo universe. Like, down to the... I'll get you back to you, Barry. Like, there's just so much stuff in there that's, like, just so fucking wonderfully done. Like, and parts where it's clearly not stop motion animated. They're just moving the things around and then just filming that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. There's so many great lines in there. And my lunch. It just takes me right back to the schoolyard. Everyone was saying that. People would say it, and I don't even know where it came from.
No. I don't think they made a Speed 2 ad for Yogo because I think that from what I understand, and this is something we will get into when we get to the ads that I 100% hate, is that they did try to reboot it, but they CGI'd Yogo Gorilla, and it looks not good.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
There was another one that was like in space.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes,
it was like a UFO or something, and there was, I don't know, it was like an evil guy, and someone gets thrown out the window.
That's true. They did make.
But I mean, that was the Speed parody was the best one.
It's because I remember the UFO one, or rather the sort of the space one where the Yogo gets abducted. They get abducted with it too. It's such a classic It's so hard to explain to have nostalgia for this stuff, because I understand that it is a weirdly Western capitalist mentality. I totally get that, to have nostalgia for advertisements, but also you got to at least acknowledge the craft that went into something like this. It's stop motion animated. It's also using very basic rough visual effects. It's fucking love it to death. I'm so glad you chose that one.
I think there was a lot of sort of stop motion around that time. There was who was that guy who did the Harvey Crumpet?
Adam Elliott. Yes, yeah.
That was a bit later though, but
yeah,
there must have been other stuff that was being done sort of in the early to mid 90s. I just can't think of what it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously for kids shows, there was a show called Plasmo, which was incredibly popular. Matthew's pointed out in the chat that the Schmackos ads, Dogs Go Wacko for Schmackos, that was all in
good.
Stop motion
Roger,
animation.
It's bath time, and I have a biscuit for you. So I can look at the chat now. It works.
Yeah.
Apparently they made a CD-ROM game based on this ad.
So because when you put it in the list, I remember that, and I tried to look for the Internet Archive, for people who are aware, have an abandonware section, which is an entire portion of I guess the Internet Archive, where people are uploading full ROMs, or just the full discs of old games that would come in serials and stuff like that. Could not find the
That's a real serial packet game, isn't it?
Yeah. It was definitely a time. It was a time where you could get full games with Nutri-Grain, as well as early versions of what we now call DAWs, like Fruity Loops, which you could get with oh my god, what are they called? They were like with Crispix packs, which were delicious. But yeah, that's oh god, what a fucking great ad! Brilliant.
But they still make Yogo. I thought they stopped it, or maybe they did. But I noticed in the supermarket the other day. Yeah, it's there again. What is it? It's like custard or something.
It's basically custard. It is basically just custard. It's just chocolate custard or banana custard, depends on what you wear. And obviously you could mix mini M&Ms or whatever the little bites and stuff are with it as well. That Pixie, that's correct. Yeah, Age of Empires and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 came with Nutri-Grain as well. What a time! What a great time! What a great time for video games, and a great time for cereals and breakfast foods. David, we're gonna keep this rolling along with the next one that you have. One that I've definitely not seen.
All right, so this is probably the earliest ad that I can remember watching on TV. So I think it's it says 92, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually older than that. Mm-hmm. But let's have a look.
It's easy to see what damage the sun's rays can do to an unprotected surface. So it's a perfect place to demonstrate the protective qualities of Armor All. We'll apply it to all vinyl, plastic and rubber surfaces and leave it out here for 30 days.
Even on the doors. Armor All. It's 15 plus protection for your car.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I've definitely not seen that before. What a fucking weird ad. That's so, what the fuck was that? What the also, it's very funny.
He would be dead. He would be dead.
He would be dead.
It's a dead man in that car.
We have
but the tires look great.
The tires look fucking amazing. Imagine finding an immaculate fucking convertible dead guy in it. He's just resting away to bones, but you're like, check out the fucking top. Check out the fucking the Bridgestones on these suckers.
Funny, in my head, I remembered that as him saying even the tires. But he actually says even on the tires. Isn't that weird? Sometimes you remember things wrong.
Yeah, that's that Mandela effect thing. You're in a different time. No, it's just memory. Yeah. It's just people have bad memories. That's all. I hate when people bring that up. Not that you did, but I'm just like
even the tires is better. It should be even the tires. You don't need to say. You don't need the on there. It's unnecessary.
Well, I think it's the assumption that people maybe don't know that you have to spray it on the tire. But even then, what do you think it's for? What do you? man.
I should get some for my car. Actually, it's probably about time.
Effective advertising. Still 20, 30 years on now. It's that was 92. Or probably earlier than that. Yeah, that looks like an early 90s ad. That doesn't look like, because there was like a real sheen on ads once they hit 1995 and stuff like that. There's like a lot of people really trying their hardest. It was like in that I can't remember which episode it is, but the Gough Whitlam ad where he's selling a fucking fax, like that is a shiny fucking ad. That is a ridiculously clean ad.
Yeah, I found that for a VHS review. Put it in the VHS. That ad. It's for Voca phone phones and fax machines. I couldn't believe it.
It's like you go first. You go first.
That I was going to say that ad in particular was on a tape of the 1989 British Open that I got from my grandma. After she died, she had maybe 10 tapes, and I was playing that, and I saw Gough Whitlam, and I'm like, did I just imagine that? Like, and like I went to rewind to watch it again, and the tape snapped inside the cassette.
Oh,
and I went, I have to get this fixed, because I hadn't found another copy of this anywhere, and I paid $30 to get it glued back together again, and then I got it off the tape.
That's lucky. That's fucking lucky. I mean, just think it could have been just completely gone if they hadn't put it back together. Because again, it's astounding. It's like, have you ever seen the ad that Boris Yeltsin did after the Soviet Union fell for Pizza Hut?
No.
Oh man, if that was an Aussie ad, I would have put it in here. I'll send you a link to it afterwards. But we should continue. The next one is another classic. And I'll let you tee this one up as well.
This is sorry about the double audio, people.
No, it's all right. I've figured out how to stop it. I will mute David between the videos.
Yes, do that, or even between the videos.
Well, yeah,
that would mean now.
Not now. Sorry. While the videos are on, I'll mute.
All right. So this is one of my favorites. This is one of my all-time favorites as well. I'll just watch.
Enjoy this.
Come on, it's time. They're waiting for you.
Baby peas must be picked at exactly the right moment for maximum sweetness, tenderness, and nutrition.
Take care of these babies for me, will you?
Beautiful.
McCain baby peas, picked at exactly the right moment. McCain. You've done it again.
I hate that voice so much. It disturbs me to no end. It's very charming. It's a charming ad, but that guy is like, he was like pre-ASMR, just like McCain baby peas. Like it's just.
Yeah, actually, now you point that out. Yeah, I agree with you. But I just love that shot at the end with all the farmers with their prams
all lined up.
Tea.
Yeah, I remember watching that ad as a kid, and it wasn't until YouTube came along. I thought that was a fucking Round the Twist episode, and I got it confused with the one where there's like Cabbage Patch Babies, and it's man. It's and I'm so glad. I was like, oh yeah, there wasn't. It's also shot in a really specific style. There are a few other ads that like have that very, very kind of like lockdown look. It almost looks like a Tim Burton style, or even like an early David Fincher ad. It's real cold. It's all it's all just like lights are all only on people's faces because you've got the flashlight and then you've got the light overhead and then the lamplight. It's almost dreamlike. It's.
I hadn't even considered that aspect of it. You're right.
I mean, Fincher's is going too far.
I believe it was shot near Murray Bridge in South Australia. I think. Oh
wow!
I think I read that in the description, the YouTube description, because I think the person who uploaded that one was actually the company that made it.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite things about a lot of the videos and a lot of the playlists is that it's either people who used to work for the ad agency, which somehow still exists, or like especially for the Yogo ads, sometimes the animators will use it because it's a part of their show reel, and they're like, "Hey, I used to do this is what I did back in the fucking 90s." Like it's great.
Or in my own case, the actor who was in the ad, after the company took it down. Well, I'm putting my own recording back up because I need to use that for my show reel.
Oh man!
If you've seen that Toyota ad that I was in a couple of years ago,
it's the wait. I'm thinking of a different comedian. What Toyota ad were you in?
It was for the CHR. Which is like a small SUV.
Is that you struggling to spell car? Is that what? That's what? Yeah, I'm kidding. I swear to God.
It's still pronounced car.
CHR. This one looks terrifying. Do you want to tee this one up before we go?
So, this is if you're not from Adelaide, this is Mr. Bankrupt. So they did ads for years and years, and I think the voiceover guy has done ads in other parts of Australia for other companies, similar kind of like discount places.
Yeah.
But this. So, they were doing these ads for years, and they each had a different kind of little gimmick thing. And then the business was actually closing, and so they put all of their little hooks in the one ad that was just absolutely insane. This is the most insane version of this ad that exists. You got to see it.
You go right ahead.
John Martin! Gone! Mr. Background, another Adelaide icon! Hits the wall! Glen size ensemble! 330 only! Glen size backpacking at 160 only!
What?
Raw poster beds! 40 only! Make us an offer! Sundown! 90 only! Raw pine trucks! 340 only! Make us an offer! Shut down! Dealers by appointment only! Mr. Background, we're 69 Port Road, Devon, next to Rockers!
Okay, I've heard that voice before, but only in an ad that was in a... Oh, sorry. That was in a very similar style. That's right. No, you're fine. That was in a very similar style. That was in a really similar style to... It was like a liquidator sale, and they were selling it like at... It was Sydney Olympic Park. It was Sydney Olympic Park, Homebush. Same voice, same ad style.
Did you see that in a Friendly Geordies episode?
Oh, I think I might have. I'm 99% sure
that's where I saw it. That's where I learned that guy did ads for other places.
That's insane.
That's the Mr. Bankrupt guy.
What a talent!
Yeah.
What year was that from? Like when was that first aired?
Mr. Bankrupt was around I don't know, at least late 90s to the peak era for Mr. Bankrupt was like 2000, 2001.
That fits. That tracks.
That one was probably, was it 69 Port Road, Thebarton, next to Rockers. And then they shut down from there, I don't know, maybe 2002. And then it moved somewhere else. I think it moved to Richmond Road. And then that shut down, and it rebranded as Mrs. Bankrupt's Dump House. And and there was a woman doing the voiceover. I haven't found any copies of those ads. But I remember my dad one day coming home, and he said, "I've just been wherever it was. I've just driven past this huge pink building. It's Mrs. Bankrupt's Dump House."
Fuck.
Oh man.
When they rebrand, they need to be something slightly different. Oh man. Fuck, that's funny. The fact that they just, I don't know, they did an all-female reboot. That's fine. They were ahead of the times.
Yeah, okay.
That's
a gritty reboot.
Dump House.
It wasn't as good. The woman one wasn't as good. It wasn't as intense as the guy. It was kind of like a sweet, almost a lot slower from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
if anyone finds those.
There possibly being a Glasshouse episode. It's definitely one that I don't have. But there's there was like they one of the regular things that kind of came out every year is like the ads that get the most complaints, and one of those ads that Sydney Homebush ad, the Olympic Park one, is one of the ones that 100% got tons of fucking just complaints, just people just being like, I was trying to sleep during Steel Magnolias, and this fucking ad came on and woke me up. And then just...
I was trying to sleep during the Mr. Bankrupt ads, as I often do.
I mean, I just imagine just having that as your alarm every morning. Like, totally wake up! It is 4 a.m.
Oh, that's a ringtone, if there ever was one.
You have a radio job. Welcome to hell. Yeah, how they didn't capitalize off that in the early 2000s. The high time for selling ringtones. Man.
Just missed out.
Oh man, I fucking love that. I love batshit insane ads like that. The editing is
genuinely love it. Don't even hate it.
Oh yeah,
love
it. It's almost like, I don't know if you know what YouTube poops are as terms of like the editing style, but that's it.
No.
Exactly the same. It's like this absurdist Dadaist type of like just like absolutely unwatchable type of like, you know, YouTube compilation or editing style, and that Mr. Bankrupt is 100% that exact same thing.
But that actually aired on commercial.
Yeah, that's on television. that's somebody paid to do that. Somebody got paid to do that, and then also somebody paid to have that air.
Yeah,
insane.
Oh, that's great.
Genuinely insane shit. Oh boy. All right.
Let's knock it down a notch.
Yes. Yeah. Like let's have a look at something relatively normal after that.
Relatively normal, relatively recently. This is the late 2000s. This is a iconic jingle. Possibly the place doesn't even exist anymore, but yeah.
That's all right. It means that nobody can burn it down.
Let's have a look.
Adelaide Furniture and Electrical. Hey Joe, how do you keep the prices so low?
It's second hand.
Well, you wouldn't know. Hey Joe, how do you keep the prices so low?
You haggle. Come on, give us a go.
There's lounges, dining, kitchen stuff. Hey Joe, you're not charging enough. Fridges, washers, and TVs.
Everything electrical is
guaranteed. Adelaide Furniture and Electrical. 7 days a week.
Sweet fuck! That looks like the start of a sitcom. What in the fuck was happening in Adelaide? Why did all of your musicians get started at an Adelaide furniture and electrical store? That was utterly delightful.
I love ads where the owner of the business insists on being in the ad. he's so wooden. Like, come on, haggle, give us a go.
Joe's name is not on any of the signage whatsoever. Like, it doesn't. It's so weird.
I think a little while after this, I think he sort of became a local celebrity, and I might be wrong here. This is around about the time I moved from Adelaide, but I think I remember there being a big billboard with him on it after this.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like, you know, front and center, they put his face on the store.
Do you know what the statue is to the left of the store there? The mega store thing? Do you know what the fuck that is? Because somebody in the chat, Flemish Dog.
Something megastore.
Yeah, it's a megastore of some kind, but it looks like to be fair, it looks like the Chad from the Virgin and Chad memes, but also like just a weird bodybuilder in Speedos.
Even Michelangelo's David.
Yeah, Michelangelo's David. Yeah, dressed up as a Warwick Kappa style meter mate.
Anyone familiar with Port Road?
Yeah,
Adelaide?
Anybody in Adelaide? We should just call up Demi Lardner. She might know. We do have one more ad that you absolutely love before we go into my horrible list.
Yes.
Yeah. So just for the sake of time, I know you've got better shit that you've got to do. So yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just this football game that's on, but that's all right. We can.
Hey, it's for a beloved one.
Come in halfway through the first half.
That's true. We'll see how we go. I don't want to push you too hard.
Sure. So, all right, this next one, I couldn't remember what it was for.
Yes.
But I remembered 2 lines in it, and that's what I used to find it. And here it is.
It's a hell of a Google search.
Stumpy River Bridge has collapsed. Beer truck can't get through.
You're joking!
Where you going, mate? Hang on, lads. Won't be long.
New Ford Courier petrol and turbo diesel. More power and torque than ever before. trucks.
I can't believe... I will save that. I cannot believe that is not an ad for beer.
Yes, that's what I thought. I thought it's a pub. It's a beer truck can't get through.
Yeah.
And that bloke going, "You're joking," as if that guy isn't a reaction meme. But yeah, all right. Then that's right. It's for a car that drags the pub across a bridge somehow.
What was the phrase you looked up to try and find it? Because there's so many great iconic moments and lines in that.
Beer truck can't get through. You're joking. That's what I typed.
I mean, look, I can't think of any other premise where that might be the case except for a beer commercial. That's
it's interesting. It's that's the 45-second version.
Yes.
In the 30-second version, it's just the bridge is collapsed. Beer truck can't get through. But in that version, they actually give the name of the bridge.
Yeah, right. There's like a whole story. It's
really the Stumpy River Road Bridge has collapsed.
Fuck that!
No.
Like that's
Stumpy River Road Bridge.
I couldn't imagine anything more jingoistic but also accurate of Australian culture. Where it's like, all right, here's what was happening for most of the 20th century in Australia, and it's just that entire ad. Holy shit! What a fucking. I remember I had seen that before. They showed that before. There were a lot. It was on SBS a lot. Weirdly enough, it was on before a lot of SBS shows. Specifically, what's the one where everybody takes a train? I think it's called just Going Home. There was one where it was just set on a Sydney train, and it was like five.
It's not Big Train.
Not Big Train. Not the sketch show. I fucking love that show.
Yeah.
The ABC doesn't have ads. What a great ad. That's I'm sure you could get a pretty good Ford courier one real cheap nowadays. Like, I don't know. I don't drive. I can drive, I just prefer not to. That was great.
Stay in the pub, and the beer, you just be dragged to the beer in the comfort of your own pub.
But also, like, that ad, the visuals of that ad, it's like 90% Dutch angles. It looks like the guy who shot Battlefield Earth shot that fucking ad. It's just a lot. I can't do it on this camera, but it's just a lot of tilted cameras and shit. And then it's not until
the style at the time.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, oh, how do we make this look as fucking action packed as possible? It's like, well, I just saw The Rock, so maybe we could do something like that.
Do you know why they call it a Dutch tilt?
Oh, what? Yeah, why?
It's because there's no hills in the Netherlands, so if they want to appear, if you're making a movie and they want to appear like they're walking up a hill, they just tilt the camera slightly so it looks like you're on an incline.
I did not know. That's why a lot of great filmmakers are Dutch. Like Lars von Trier. I don't know if he's Dutch. Is Lars von Trier Dutch?
Sounds like it.
It sounds like it. Dids, thank you so much for the follow. Also, I want to thank, I'm assuming all of your friends who have followed this channel over the last 24 hours since you started tweeting about it. Dids, Patake Co, Locke, Wolf of Dawn, Pawn Lamp, thank you so much for all being here. Just in general.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, they're all anonymous names to you. But I do want to thank David M. Green for sharing his favorite ads. We're going to go through some of mine. There's very few of them here. But I'm gonna, hopefully there's not gonna be an echo on your end, because I have to be in control of the audio now, but we'll see how things go from here.
I'll let you know.
No, we'll figure it out pretty quickly. But yeah, this is one of my favorite ones, just because I was terrified of this ad and the subsequent follow-up for a long time, and I'll explain why once we play through both. Oh, whoops. There. Oh, no. Wait, hang on, wait. No. Hang on, wait. Hang on, wait. There we go. Oh, sorry, that ad's totally fine. Except for the fact that it's terrifying. It looks like the music video Closer by Mark Romanek. It's because I don't know how much of that is just footage of mining we have and what was shot. It's so well put together. And again, another like nationalist kind of ad where it's like, bloody hell, Australia, you're gonna fucking make sure you wear clothes. Like it's so over the top.
It sounds like one of those Mongolian throat.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
choirs.
That's
yeah.
That's a really good point.
The funny thing is, most of those industries are automated now, so it's the robots that are wearing the hard yakka overalls. Just
those Boston Dynamics robots in like very very pleated jeans. It's crazy. It's I'm amazed that like I've never seen like not even an American ad that goes that hard on terms of just like are you a man? Oh, wear jeans. Like there's not I don't think I've ever seen any like clothes related. I mean there's like plenty of cars and mining and fucking political campaigns, whatever. But like just going so hard for just if you're fucking wearing an apron.
If there was one that existed, it would probably be for Levi's or something.
Oh, that's true. You know? Yeah, I mean one of my favorite ads of all time is a Levi's ad, but it's by Michelle Gondry. And it's an old it's a visual retelling of an old, like a really old joke, like an old joke that your dad tells about a guy who goes to a pharmacy and he's trying to buy condoms, and then he buys condoms, and then he picks up his date, and the girl comes to the door.
This sounds familiar.
And the dad is the pharmacist. And like that's the ad. That's literally the ad. It's that old joke, which I think is also in a movie of some. I think it's in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Hang on a second. That sounds like.
Hang on. David's gone. He's wearing pants.
I'm pretty sure that's Amazon Women in the Moon.
Oh, that's right. That is no. The punchline to the sketch on Amazon Women on the Moon is that isn't he like the millionth customer? Isn't that that's the yeah? Oh,
that's right.
What a weirdly great film. Fucking love that movie. That's basically the sequel to oh my god, what was the one that they did in the 70s? That was basically that.
Kentucky Fried Movie.
Kentucky Fried Movie, yeah, because it was the Groove Tube.
John Landis.
Yeah, John Landis and the Zucker brothers, as well as Jim Abrams. I think helped out with that as well.
I think of it. It's like an American version of Monty Python.
Yeah, that is pretty close to what it is. I mean, in terms of just, I think more misses than hits. I would say in that one, but still fun.
That's some good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, the first Hard Yakka ad terrified me. Second Hard Yakka ad. A little bit more amusing, a little less terrifying. Unless this is the wrong ad, in which case we will just ignore it completely. Oh, hang on, wait a second. Let me mute David again. I'm so sorry. Hang on. There we go. All right. Oh, hang on. We're gonna start from the start. This is all on me, everybody. Here we go. Yes, this is the ad. Okay.
Can you hear that? Hear what? That.
Nothing's tougher than hard yakka.
I fucking love that ad.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There's not a tiny gene. There's not like a version of clothes for ants. It's nothing. It means nothing.
No. I mean, are the ants singing that?
Right. Is
that what they're implying?
All I know is I had a nightmare one night that I was being taken out of my bed by ants, and they were chanting that, and I was 7 years old, and I And I think about every time I think about the hard yakka ad, I think about that shit. I think about that fucking ant ad. That's why I felt like I had to show the first one to kind of get what was happening with the second one for anybody who hadn't seen it before. I think ants stealing and delivering the food. It's kind of both. I think the ants are the modern Robin Hood of the bug world.
I mean, surely there's easier food to steal from ground level, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
why would you go that high up?
Building. Not exactly the smartest animals.
Also, one of them has a fucking Gatorade bottle. Who's opening that? Which one of you fucks is strong enough to open a Gatorade bottle? No sense.
Oh, I'm sure they could figure it out.
They'll figure it out. They're ants. Anyway, we're gonna keep striding.
They're in hard yakka.
Also, how did the ants learn to? I don't want to go into it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Anyway, here is a classic that I'm sure
not makes sense.
It's who knew ads not making sense. Classic. Just cut to Andrew Dado going and then just move on to the next ad. And then followed by which I wish I had as the sound alert. Just the backing instrumental for that weird show.
Are you talking about World's Greatest Commercials?
Yes.
With Andrew Dado.
With Andrew Dado. Is that on YouTube? I should look that up tonight.
It is. You know, I asked him if he wanted to be in a VHS Revue episode, and he politely declined. Fair enough. But I did some research about, because I remember watching World's Greatest Commercials in probably 1995, and I found it on YouTube, and the opening sequence of that is really disturbing. It's got a TV. It's like a very early CGI with a TV that has legs that walks around.
Yeah.
And I'd totally forgotten that he had a dog on the show as well.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
His dog just is like a blue heeler would sit next to him and bark after the ads.
Wasn't it the Daewoo dog? Wasn't that the reason the dog was there? Is that it was also an ad dog?
Oh yeah, maybe.
I thought that was the point of the But I was going to say that in terms of I mean, I'm very sorry we haven't talked much about VHS Revue, which again I implore everybody to watch because it's but you've had two of my favorite cameos of all time on any YouTube channel, which is Mark Humphries going, "Hello, David," and just and then a more recent episode, your boss essentially, Sean McAuliffe, are they just chill dudes, or was that? It was like how did that conversation go in terms of like, hey, I've got this YouTube show?
Well, I've known Mark Humphries for 8 or 9 years, and this was maybe at a bit of a dip in his career. So it was just after the roast.
Yes,
it was after the roast, but I think
which was a
maybe
great show.
Before he started doing the feed and then the stuff that came later. So he had a bit more free time on his hands.
Yeah,
and nice guy, always happy to help out. And Sean again was because I worked with him on Mad as Hell.
Yeah.
And it was just after Christmas, so it was a bit of a quiet period, and it was literally Sean saying, "You're welcome, David." That's all it was. He just shot it on his phone and sent it to me. So it took 5 minutes.
It's "You're welcome, David," but there is like a look. There's a look that he does that I think it sums up his comedic prowess. I would say that there's just like this weird look he does to camera, which you do cut to. I think more than once in that episode. But yeah, that's again, I implore people to watch VHS Revue. Now there is a lot of discussion because people are already in the chat about what this next video is, and I have to say one of my favorites, just because I think a lot of people love and know and reference this. But I'm gonna mute David again. I'm so sorry. I feel bad every time I do it.
It's been our 10th week without rain. Doesn't look like the heat's gonna let up just yet.
Marge, the rains are here.
McCain Super Juicy Corn Cobbets, specially grown to be super juicy. So juicy they're simply bursting with flavor. McCain, you've done it again.
Now, I do have to say, that... Oh, hang on, sorry, we'll pause this. Oh, son of a... No, wait, hang on. Wait, okay, wait, I've got it, you've got it. One of us has it.
I paused. I hit pause.
Okay, you're fine. That's why I appreciate. I just want to make sure that you were unmuted. I love that ad. And yes, people who have listened to BigSoftTitties.png, Tom Walker and Debbie Lardner's podcast, it's a fantastic episode. I think about a month or so back where they did a very dark version of that. The thing that always got me about that ad is, where did they get the water to boil the corn? That is the only, because they're in a drought. The establishing shot is like, we're in a fucking drought.
They have plumbing, I would imagine. Huh?
All right, touche.
Yeah, they're not animals.
That's true. But it always makes me like so, like, it's a great ad. I love it to bits. It's I think about Marge, the rains are here. Apparently people think Marge, the rains are out is the line, which no. That is Mandela effect on you.
That's wrong.
That is 100% wrong. That's not alternative facts or anything. But I think the thing that makes me, and again, Tom and Demi's podcast explored this, is just the seconds after the ad finishes in that world, in that lore, of just that old man just finding out, the kids have got me again, eating corn out of a window. Like, I always wanted to follow up being like, the kids are hoping to have like a play in the sprinkler, and then they think it's starting to rain, and it's just grandma and grandpa eating corn the same way that they are. Like, I always felt there was just so much potential for that ad, but instead they gave us the weird baby peas ad instead.
I just assumed he beat them afterwards. Too dark for TV.
I think that's where
you damn kid.
I think that's very similar territory to where Tom and Demi took it afterwards as well. I also think I may have solved our problem in terms of the ads. If you press play, give me 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you press play and you just keep talking. Hang on.
Hello. Oh, I haven't pressed. You want me to press play?
Yeah, press play first.
Press play. Just press play, and I'm still talking now. How's that?
I think we're good. I think I've muted the stream, like the stream that we're doing on Google Meet. I think we're good. I don't think that there's sound off in the chat if you do hear an echo or a duplicate. But keep playing it. Keep it going. Keep going. Keep it going, David. Here's another great ad that I love.
So I'm hitting play?
Yes, go. You go. You go for it.
Yes. All right. This is your ad, and I'm hitting
Sorry,
play.
yeah,
Here
this is, yeah. David, we fixed it. We can talk freely now. I don't have to mute you.
Oh, great.
Just because it's a very long ad, I think we should be allowed to talk over it. I think this is, except for that last bit, which feels weirdly misogynistic in a modern context.
Well, those women seemed happy about being flung up there. Presume they died, or they either died or they turned into the beer. I don't know
that's the
what's worse.
assumption, is that they just turned into beer. Where do the women land? I love that shot. I love that guy peeing up there. Yes. It's so ridiculous and over the top, and there's a part of me again that just hates it, because it's just like, if Australia had its own religion, this would be fucking it. No doubt about it. Not for a goddamn second. That we would fucking do this just to make it rain beer. I'm not even kidding that this is this kind of dumb shit that we would do. Instead, we have just Christianity instead. But that's
the beer falling from that height would be like all head.
Yeah.
Right? You need to tilt the earth.
Marge, the beers are here. There's no underage people. There's so many things wrong with the idea of the ad that we hadn't really thought about it. But it's like, mate, we gotta get some fucking Tuies new from the sky. Get it
in your hair and it'll be all sticky.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of acid rain, but it's still equally bad. Like But Matt is 100% correct. That one sequence, I'll try and click through to it. That one shot of the guy peeing as the deer flies by, that is the Sofitel. That's a real place you can go to in Melbourne. I've actually been there as well. I ate there with an ex of mine, actually. Yeah, also, yeah.
We went for a urine.
We went to pee there. I don't know what the women's bathroom looks like, but the men's bathroom, you feel like a king. I cannot stress how much you feel like you're in the show Succession. Just brilliant. Just a brilliant ad. Again, much better than most films that came out that year, which is horrible. It's horrible to think about the fact that, like, you know, we produce so many good ads in this country that we only get one good film a year, and that's not good. That's a bad ratio. That's a like I
mean, how many ads do we make per year compared to how many films?
That's also a very, very good point.
It's just a numbers game.
And it just seems like, and the same thing with television, where we usually only get 1 or 2 good shows a year, and unfortunately every year for the past 5 years it's been bluey, and so we don't really know how to rectify that problem. As not to say that Mad as Hell is not a fantastic show, and people should watch it on iView as well as on Wednesday nights.
Yes, 2 more episodes left to go this season.
And then hopefully you guys will be back next year. If
that's the rumor. That's the rumor right here.
But yeah, that is the Tui's Extra Dry Catapult out a classic. Moving on to the next one. This is something we should all at least somewhat remember. It's real quiet, and I apologize for that. But it's another song.
Is that Sovereign Hill?
I think it is. I think it is Sovereign Hill.
There's only one town like that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's
all
only
the Wild West ads shoot there.
Yeah, it's either that or the Wild West part of Wonderland, which also doesn't exist anymore. Nice cameo from me back there.
Not really?
No. I was born in 1991. I love Milky Bars, and I love those ads. Really, really, just absolutely love those ads to death. I think Milky Bars, because
I even brought one for the occasion.
Not even kidding. I nearly picked one up on the way, like when I walked Hammy this afternoon. I was like, do I get? No, I've eaten enough today. Do you want to eat it on camera now? How do you feel about it?
Oh no, I better not. I haven't actually had dinner yet.
Oh shit. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, we'll keep going through. David, that's totally fine. Now this one we are gonna have to.
I don't have to get up in the morning.
David, what do you mean? What happened? What do you mean you don't have to get up in the morning? You alright, buddy?
Well, tomorrow's Tuesday. I don't work on Tuesday.
Oh, you don't work on Tuesday.
That's all.
All right, that's fine. I know. I just thought you were having a rough time. Now this one we're gonna have to skip through a little bit. Sorry, no, you go ahead.
Oh, no, I can't even remember what I was going to say.
Okay. This is unfortunately not the one that I wanted to play, but it is a version of an ad that I absolutely love. And then we're just gonna let also the next video play afterwards, and that's all I'm gonna say. Oh shit, hang on. What? Oh no, why? I don't know why it's doing this. And I know it's not you, David, because it would come up that, hey, David's clicking stuff.
I'm not clicking anything.
I know you're not clicking anything. This is all on me.
Which broadcast?
Okay, we're okay. No, we're not okay. Good thing I rewound it enough. So I think it's because I'm just clicking. It's because I'm clicking the screen and not the play button. I absolutely love this ident.
What made you pick this?
I fucking love it. I love it so much because I watched so much SBS as a kid, which it terrified and fascinated me so much. Not because of, sorry, that sounds racist, but not because there was just so much in it that I did not understand as a child. I understand, I don't know, half of this now as an adult, and it still fascinates me.
It's a good channel.
That there's just so many cultures. There's so many cultures, there's so many different, worlds, but there's so many different stories out there and stuff like that. And I think it's one of the very few channels that were able to encompass themselves in a single ident. Especially the way this ends.
Yeah.
I love that. I love The World is an Amazing Place is so amazing. And it speaks so much to everything SBS is about. And now we're just gonna show this for no reason whatsoever.
Stop it.
So this is This is David M. Green. David, you can pause this whenever you want. No, this is David M. Green.
All right, so Harrison sent me the list of things, of ads, right? And we got to that SBS one, and I'm like, wow, you know, why would the coincidence that you would send me this? I have video of myself when I was 15 dancing on a bed while that played on TV because I thought the song was so danceable. I mean, I liked it.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I sent it to you, but then it's only the SBS jingle for
it's
5
3 seconds, and then
the rest of it. Do you know what?
Yeah, it's John Safran's Music Jamboree, and it's playing my record backwards, and I was like, I can't not put it in there. I can't not. I'm so sorry. I should have edited it down. It's fine.
I sent you the whole dance sequence. You know,
I was like, there's gonna be a portion where he's like, please stop this, and I was just waiting for it to happen. I'm glad Hannah and her partner could enjoy that. What year was this video? What was it from? You 15, so
it was 2002.
Yeah,
and Hannah would remember that we were at Port Elliot. That was at one of the holiday houses.
Oh my god!
So it was that's spring break 2002.
What a hell of a spring break! We'll keep moving on. This is the last good ad. It's age restricted. Is it age restricted? What the fuck? Oh my god, it's age restricted for some reason. All right, we're just gonna skip along.
Wow. Well, it is pretty disturbing.
We're gonna skip along to ads we hate. Now the first one is David, so I'm gonna let him set this up before we go ahead with it. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yes. So I only gave you one that I hated. This is just the first one that comes to mind. I hate it. Let's watch it.
Okay, all right, fuck yeah. That's I'm gonna play this one. Here we go.
Hipsters. Jackpot. They might even want this.
Wow.
You're even smarter with your money these days.
Handcrafted those?
Handcrafted.
The varnish is mint.
That is popping. That is...
It's not. It's popping.
So you'll be happy to hear that if you take out APIA home insurance plus car insurance, you'll get 10% off both. It's time to switch to APIA.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, hang on. We'll get back to this in a second. But holy shit. What a terrible ad. I really don't like that.
Oh yeah, it's just and I reckon like I remember seeing on TV. I could have sworn that it was more obvious that they were putting the prices up.
Yeah.
They weren't just bringing new stuff out that they thought was worthless. They had something there that was $4 and they put a 0 on the end. So they actually marked up the prices for the millennials.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you boomers with your house that you own.
Yeah. No wonder we don't have any fucking money.
Fuck yourself. Yeah.
Buying clogs for $40. Fuck you. That's man, that's so deeply cynical. I really hate ads that are like that.
Yeah. No, that sucks. And I'm not 100% sure if they've actually changed it slightly to make it a little bit better, so that it's not obvious that they're putting the prices up, but they're just like, oh, this stuff that we thought was worthless, maybe we could sell to these hipsters. I'm sure they were actually taking advantage of them in the original version.
But also, how quick you've got to fucking move from like your garage to writing out the side. Like there's some real like, you know, bad time fragmentation between spotting the hipsters, getting a garage, and then putting it out. Like there's some weird
you've
logic
never seen
about
a boomer. You've never seen a boomer run to defend their franking credits and their negative gearing. I mean, they're
that's
just
true.
like
that's true.
Yeah, fastest thing you've ever seen.
Holy shit! That's a bad ad.
Apparently these millennials have money. I mean,
I can confirm as a millennial, we don't. We fucking don't.
And if we do, it's just because we've just gone, well, you know what? I'm never buying a house.
Yeah.
Let's buy a typewriter for $40.
Like, I mean, the thing is, there is like there's a bad sequel to that ad where because the boomers don't know how the internet fucking works. The hipsters purchase that shit from them, and then they flip it for like 3 times the price on like eBay.
No, that's
or like Gumtree.
That's probably more realistic.
Yeah, it's more realistic. I mean, that's what I do to boomers. Anyway, terrible ad. Fantastic choice. I have to say, we have to applaud. Can I get some 07s in the chat for David for the wonderful list that he put together. Unfortunately, the rest of the ads are mine. Which, David, I'm gonna give you a caveat. You can either stick around and enjoy the horrid 5 to 6 ads that I've got here. You can leave. It is 100% up to you.
Oh, what do the people want?
What are the chat? How do we feel? Do we want David to suffer through some of these ads?
They haven't responded yet. Well,
no.
Let's go.
All right, this one is a remake of the Milky Bar Kid ad that came out in 2011, as you could clearly read there. Also, I think shot at Sovereign Hill, and hopefully we can fix up the audio problems while this
I remember
happens.
this from when I was a little kid. Once upon a time.
The Milky Bar Kid came to town. It's the Milky Bar Kid.
He was just in time to round up the bad batch with
rockets.
The Milky Bar Kid then said, everyone enjoys a little treat. The Milky Bar.
Great story, Mom.
Okay, beyond the anachronistic stuff,
I don't like it.
It's just weird. Also, the kid is too, like, he looks, I hate the kid's face. The kid, you're normal, it's fine. But what they've done to your face is fucking cooked. Like, when where is that one shot? Yeah, he looks like Scott Morrison. Like, not even kidding. That single shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, David writes for a political show and shit like that. Not even kidding. When I saw this ad the first time, I was like, "Oh shit!" It's like
the frown.
Yeah, it's the unhappiness and just the. It also doesn't look like. Sorry, I take it back. It definitely was not shot at Sovereign Hill. It looks like it was shot on a green screen, and not a good green screen either. But yeah, it's cooked what they've like done to his face.
On the set of Play School, with some cardboard shop fronts.
It's cooked. I don't like it. It makes me so upset. Speaking of things that make me upset, this next ad, oh man, this also gave me nightmares as a kid once I found out what the fuck it was.
Gobbledoc arrived from the potato planet.
I'm also very sorry that it is quiet. We will probably talk about this.
He's learned a very important lesson.
Also, don't eat chips that way. No one should ever eat chips that way.
As delicious as
2, maybe 3 at the most. Oh, thanks, other ads that we could watch, I guess.
It's very annoying when that happens on YouTube.
But the point is, first of all, it doesn't look like an Australian ad. It looks like a it looks like it was made like it looks like it's like an American ad. It looks like Americans came and tried to make an Australian ad. Also,
it does, doesn't it?
I'm pretty sure, and this is in a modern context totally fine. Why does the Gobbleduck have an earring?
I didn't even notice that.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong that he has an earring? Hang on, sorry, we'll play just bits of it again. Hang on, we'll get a pause on him. It looks like in the close-ups. Yeah, is that an earring, or is that like the zipper of the whatever the suit that they made the little person
costume?
Yeah, because it looks like it's one or the other. It either looks like it's an earring, or it's because he doesn't have it in the wide shots. Is it because he's a pirate? Is that why? It is an earring, right? Okay, all right. So if it's an earring, right?
Part of his culture.
In the sequel.
Open the pack. Take out the first chip. Slowly, slowly. Been a long time growing. The mouth. Enjoy them.
He's like a troll. He's like the troll doll.
Take out the
Also,
they were in.
That's true. I also hate this shot because clearly they're whatever the animators that are working the head, which there is none, they haven't factored for the size of the packet, and so his mouth doesn't move. It's just it's such poor planning in terms of like the costume versus the. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hated the fact that he was also on the cover of whatever that ads board game that came out in the mid-90s was.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what that was. I should find a copy of that at some point.
I remember. So you know, after they stopped making ads with him in it, there was at least one truck that would drive around Adelaide delivering Smith's chips that had a picture of the gobbledock on the side.
No.
For like 10 years afterwards. Yeah. I mean, another thing I noticed is watching it back now, like it's kind of like Milo Kerrigan, the way he talks as well. And I've never asked Sean this, but I wouldn't be surprised if possibly that was some inspiration for how he talks.
Did you ever see what a gobbledock was? just casually, John was like, how do you feel about Smith's chips? Okay, next one. Okay, this ad I genuinely love, but also there's parts of it that I will point out that I hate forever.
Render you as criminal as I. What do you think, Frank?
Make a better choice. Ratings advice. Use it. It's on every video.
Okay, the thing that I always hated about that ad, well, we're not going to talk about this, because we already have. The one thing I absolutely hate about that ad, sorry, we will click back to it just so we can run through it very quickly, is, so they're in a video store, right, and they're all gathered around watching it and so on and so forth, right? The syncing of what they say or the noises that they make never match up, especially with the young daughter, because she goes, "Aw," and her mouth barely moves properly in the video. And it always frustrated me. It always made me so upset.
And this ad was on every video.
Exactly, yeah.
It was ever rented, you know?
It's 1990 to 1998, yeah.
I think it came out in '95. Can you name all of the films that they show there?
There's only 4 or 5 I couldn't get. So there's one of the black and white ones. So the Daffy Duck one is their War of the Worlds parody. Also, I love that Oscar, the Sylvester Stallone flop, I always remembered that every single time I would watch this fucking ad, is that this was a bad Sylvester Stallone film. But yeah, it's
really which one was that?
It's the one where he's like, it's like, I think it's set in the 1920s, and he's like an actor of some kind, and it's set in Hollywood. I only ever saw it once, and I was like, I don't like this, and this is very boring. I also was 10 at the time, so it might have aged a bit better. But anyway, so yeah, that's the War of the Worlds parody. I don't know what the black and white one is. I know that's the African.
Was it Mark's brother? Almost, was it Harpo in the Mirror?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's It's a Marx brother. Maybe? I think it's a Marx brother. One. Oh shit! Sorry, I keep going back. I think it's African Queen. Isn't that African Queen?
Yeah, that looks
Catherine
like
Hepburn and
Bogart and Catherine Hepburn, yeah.
And then obviously Back to the Future Part 3.
Yes.
I like how we can hear it through your thing. Obviously Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which has more than realistic violence of low intensity, which I never saw on a cover. I never saw the words low intensity on a video cover ever. Not a real thing. Yeah,
it's clearly dubbed.
It's dubbed and it's no good. I don't know what the MA film is.
This one,
Criminal in His Eyes.
It came up recently on Twitter. It starts with an F or something. Freak Night or something like that. It's from 1993.
Is it the one? Is it Corpse Night? And it's based off. Oh my god, what was that series? Tales from the Crypt.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I've not seen it. Someone
I might look it up at some point. There is Fright Night, and there's also Fright Night Part 2, which the cover of Fright Night Part 2 looks like a casket, which is cool. And this is the Madonna film.
Madonna.
It's body under innocence, because the guy in it is the guy in it is Willem Dafoe, and she pours hot wax on his naked body. Body of evidence. Body of evidence is what it's called. I've only ever seen it once. Not good. There was like a time between 1992 and 1995 where there was a whole bunch of like sex crime movies, and I don't mean like films that contain sex crimes. I mean like Basic Instinct, Showgirls, Jade, Body of Evidence, Color of Night, that all came out all within the same like. I blame Joe Esterhouse, frankly. But yeah, that is where that sequence comes from. Toby Hooper's Night Terrors. That is what is apparently called.
That's it.
Yeah. The only I have qualms. I have qualms with that video. Now this is a classic. I don't know how people are going to feel about this. Sorry, David. Did you want to talk about your feelings on the ratings video?
No, I was going to say I probably got to go in 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. We'll get these through these super quickly.
Sorry, Rod.
That's fine. I finished all of my gin. Okay. Here we go. Hey. Oh shit! Hang on, that's my bad.
Hey, hello, Fossum. The Natural Confectionery Company jellies. You know what's in these? No artificial colours, no artificial flavours, 99% fat-free.
Don't chop the dinosaur, Daddy.
The Natural Confectionery Company. No artificial colours, no
hate
artificial flavours. No
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
And it's not. And to be fair, I love the National Confectionery Company, and I don't blame the child. She mugs so much, it makes me upset. She's a face actor, and that's it. And you can tell from the end of the clip video as well. She's a goddamn face actor, and it makes me so upset. Every time that ad came on, I'd just be like, I can't hear it again. And also the a cappella music. There's so much of this ad that just boils my blood for no good reason.
Yeah, I certainly hate it a lot more now.
Wait, what? They're convincing people.
Before I just kind of didn't like it. You know, I just found it kind of irritating, mildly irritating. Now I hate it. And I hate her. I don't know what she's doing now.
I'm sure she's fine. I hope that she has a university degree. Unfortunately, we haven't done 2% fat milk. That is a good ad, though. I am going to skip past the local ads. We might save those for a Cringe Fest, which is the Sunday night program which we had. Now,
we can do this again sometime. We don't
no,
have
that's
to,
true. That's a very good point. There are a lot of ads. I am only going to do 2 more just for David's sake. Now, this one, it does come with a trigger warning. It is an RTA ad from the late 90s. There's one line in it. And I'm so sorry. I'm gonna laugh at it when it comes up, and we can just skip to it if we want. If we want to. If we feel like this might be too offensive to show in its fullness. But here we go.
I'll play the whole thing.
Did they submit you to a roadside breath test at the scene of the crash?
Yeah, they said I was
over
the limit.
You were the driver of a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol, and as you drove along and impacted with that young child on the pedestrian crossing, you killed her. This particular offence carries 10 years jail as a maximum term.
You okay? You've lost your licence, haven't you? What's going to happen about your job? Did you ever stop and think about that when you were drinking?
I ran over a little girl. Go to bed, Jessica.
Now, hold on.
The next bit's my favourite.
Okay, all right, let's play it out. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The scenario is not funny. But first of all, the fact that the cops let him go after he hit a child with his car is ridiculous. But also the fact that the child doesn't burst into tears, I always thought, as a child, is fucking insane. If my dad yelled at me and told me to go to bed after he had just hit a child, I would cry forever. But the fact that he goes, go to bed, Jessica.
I ran over a little girl. Go to bed, Jessica.
It is the sign of a weak man. The fact that the child stands up to him And then, the blind is icing.
You
on the
reckon the
cake.
blind was meant to go up? I don't know.
Fuck
Did they leave that
no.
in there?
I guarantee you, they did 10 takes, and this was the first take, was them just like, it's slamming it, the fruit bowl slamming it fucking hard. And they were like, that's it. We'll try it again. Tony will try it again. But fuck yeah, we're gonna keep that one ended.
Throwing a bowl of fruit into a blind and having it go up. There's no way that's not funny in any context.
Yeah, it's...
I don't care.
Also, the thing about this ad that always got me, and I don't know if it's intentional or not, or maybe it's just a discussion around Australian architecture. I knew 3 other families, like friends of mine, who had this exact same layout in their home, like literally the exact same kitchen, little nook, but like dining table,
the wood trim around the outside of the window.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that's maybe just Australian architecture in general, but I think there's something about that ad, other than the "go to bed, Jessica," that hits it so hard, so much harder. But the thing that hits the hardest is the bowl of fruit against the blinds.
Yeah, that's the full stop.
That's how you end a fucking ad. They don't teach that shit at NIDA. No. Yeah, we have one more ad, and then we're gonna call it a night. Obviously, this is one of the worst ads of all time. I will probably get a copyright strike for this. Don't give a fuck, frankly.
Yeah, this ad's disgusting.
It's horrible, and the worst part is that there's a sequel, which I will show straight afterwards. Oh god, this was on SBS also all of the time.
I remember seeing this a lot.
Yeah. Also, I love the shit out of the song.
I know it's a tongue.
Yeah, it's a tongue.
I know it's a tongue, but it kind of looks like a dick.
I think that was the point. It's probably the best CGI work that any Australian's ever done. In terms of it being horribly effective. Also, tongue to get frostbite. Just putting out some logic in there. Just putting that out there. Also, wouldn't have the weight to pull a 2 is extra dry into this man's mouth.
Wouldn't he wake up and be like, how come I taste dirt?
Yeah, how come there's so many other tastes other than it's the metal of the 2 is extra dry? Now, unfortunately, this is what we're ending on. There was a sequel to the ad. Not even kidding. They released this, I think, about a year or so afterwards. They thought, we did great with the tongue ad.
Why the would you make me say that cheesy to it? Oh, I'm done. Done nibbling warts. Done eating mystery meat. Done licking. You make me do things. Bad things. I can't forget. Mike, I need something back. Thank you.
Awful. Just awful in every single way possible.
It's gross. That's even worse. Even worse.
Sorry, I'm just gonna wait. I was gonna go into these other ads, but basically, I want to first of all, David, thank you so much for being on the best and worst ads of all time. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Obviously, again, please check out VHS Revue. I'm just gonna grab the link for that. It's great. It was so great to have you on here. This has been I would say a long time coming. I don't know when I reached out to you about doing this.
Yeah. I don't reckon I've seen you in person for 5 years.
That's true. That's fair. I did get stuck in Sydney for some time. But that's fantastic. Also, congratulations again on another great season of Mad as Hell. Highly suggest people watch it. It is on iView and obviously is airing every Wednesday night. Is there anything else that you want to plug before we finish up this evening?
No, not at all.
Okay, all right. Again,
thanks for having me. Let's do it again sometime.
Do follow David on
plenty of ads that I hate.
Do follow David on Twitter and on Instagram as well. David_M_Green on both platforms, actually. And I want to thank all of his wonderful friends and family and everybody else who came to check out this wonderful little Twitch stream. We're very sorry we did have some minor issues with the sound, but hopefully it won't affect the playback down the track. But David, I will let you go.
We'll get it right next time.
We'll get it right next time. We'll use Discord instead. But I want to thank you so much for being here again. I'm going to let you go and enjoy the football, as the Spanish call it, and dinner as well.
Oh yes. No, thank you.
I don't know the Spanish word for dinner. Good night, David.
All right. See everyone.
That was fantastic. What a great everybody. Y'all can file out now as we play some fantastic music. We're gonna raid Jordan Raskopoulos, a fantastic streamer you all may know from Access of Awesome. She is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for hanging around. Y'all didn't have to do that. And I feel like there's just so much with everything. Sorry, Matthew, I did pause all of the overlays for the evening. I was worried that might happen. But yeah, I want to thank you all so much. We are back on Friday night with more first-person Fridays where we're playing some first-person games. And then Saturday night, we will be back again with some multiplayer games as well. But yeah, right now, we're going to throw you over to Jordan Raskopoulos. Jordan is, I think, playing Gartic Phone? Yes, Gartic Phone, which is a brilliant multiplayer game. She's fantastic. I'm so sorry. Hang on, wait a second. All right, hang on. Give me 1 second. Let me refresh. Let me refresh the sound alert because I love the sound of of applause. Better than farts. Get those sounds in. Get those sounds in. There we go. I'll redeem one for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Locketh. I don't know how to say that properly. There we go. Luckily, no, that was Cringe, which is what we do on Sunday nights. We have Sunday Night Cringe. Thank you again, everybody who was following. At the top of the show, we did show, obviously, the fantastic, thank you for the oof, fantastic sub goals that we have running through August and September. If you subscribe, you can see there right above me, you get a little cringe emote, and I knew I didn't do it. But yeah, for now, we're going to raid Jordan as we finish up for this evening.